Hello, sweet souls. It's DTO. Welcome to my podcast. And this is a series that is featuring facilitators for the Sun Valley Joy Summit in Ketchum, Idaho in June. And I am grateful to be here with the amazing and powerful Katie Rogers. How are you today?
Hey, I'm great. How are you?
So good. And
Yeah.
there's incredible facilitators, a big burst of gratitude to Hillary Anderson for magnetizing so many powerful healers and leaders at this incredible opportunity for community to come together in person and celebrate joy. And of
Yeah.
course, we all know this, the world has lots of crunchy energy, we'll call it. And for us to be in unison, unity consciousness, and to be joyful is really powerful. And today, you're going to talk about the workshop that you're going to be offering. So, this is a 5Q interview. And so, let's start off with question number one. So, tell us about yourself. And I'm going to show the flyer so everyone can see and
Okay,
share
great.
with us what you're going to be offering at your workshop. And you can see that the title is right in front of us. Know Thy Natural Self with the Five Elements. Thank you, Katie. Go ahead and share what you're going to be offering.
Okay. So I'm Katie Rogers and I'm a Feng Shui consultant. Um, and I am going to be teaching about the five elements. So in Feng Shui, we have all sorts of modalities, I guess is the word, for creating a space that supports you. And the five elements is a really exciting aspect of it. It's the five elements, meaning water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And these elements show up in our space in a way that creates balance for us. So the more you know about the five elements, the more you can put them in use in your space to help you basically create your dream life. That's how I like to say it. So I'll be linking that in the workshop. So yeah, I've been doing feng shui since, let's see, I discovered it in 1998, got certified in 2004, and I'm happy to say that I actually own a school now, the Windhorse School of Feng Shui. So teaching is my passion, and I love the Joy Summit. This will be my third year. So thanks, yes, to Hillary Anderson. We love her. She's an awesome colleague. She's a feng shui consultant herself. And we really, really have the best time at the Joy Summit. So I'm excited to teach this particular workshop.
Mm-hmm. Feng
Mhm.
Shui, I
Yeah.
implement it in my life in many ways. Even the design behind me has all the elements that light me up, which are musical instruments and light and just the earth of the wood. You see the mandolin. Um,
Mhm.
and of course, when you play music, there's all the elements, right? You feel the flow with the water, you get rooted with certain notes on the piano because I design music for like the seven chakras and different frequencies. And of course, sometimes you create like a fiery energy where people want to move and dance. And then, of course, with the metal, there's so many, actual like wind instruments as well that are from metal, like of course, like a flute, that's metal. And, there's all these woodwinds as well. So you got the wood element. You could probably tell my mom was a music teacher, so I know all of this. Orchestral sound. So when you combine all these elements with music, it just creates this transcendent place. And to me, personally, I cannot be as creative and channel the music unless I practice feng shui, unless I have a clear space, if I understand the directions and where everything gets to be in my life. Then when I have a creative flow, it's so powerful. So that was a quick share from me. So question
I loved it.
two. Yes, thank you. So I thank you for your work in the world because means so much and matters to me. So question
Yeah.
two is therefore, speaking of the five elements, so how does the five element theory help us understand our lives better and bring balance into our lives and bring joy?
Yay. Okay. So, well, the five elements are nature. So, I'm a huge fan of, I guess, what we would call the healing aspects of nature and connection to the earth. I'm also an arborist. So, I have a deep love and affinity for trees, but also water, of course, and I do love the sun. And so, basically, these this is twofold, okay? And this is what people come to the workshop. I named the workshop Know Thy, and I put in brackets, natural self. So know thyself with the five elements. So Feng Shui is a tool for you to go deeper into yourself. Basically, in Feng Shui, the elements work together just as they do in nature, right? So we've got earth, okay, and then trees grow out of the earth. We water the trees. Um, Fire is created by burning wood. Um, Fire when it burns down its ashes, which is the earth. Okay. Earth compresses to create metal. Metal condenses or holds water. So in Feng Shui, we look at these relationships between the elements in order to make sure there's harmony in your space. Basically, I mean, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of the workshops I teach, it could be 10 people or 200. A question I love to ask is, okay, take a moment, and if you're watching this right now, you can do this. Take a moment and imagine yourself in your favorite place on the planet, anywhere. Just take a moment. Think of where that is. Feel how good you feel there. Okay. And then I have everybody, kind of think about the colors and the smells and the feeling. It helps us go a little bit deeper into what makes us feel good individually. And then environmentally too. And then after everybody opens their eyes, I say, raise your hand if it was somewhere outside. And every single time is 90 to 95% of people say outside. So that's just proof to me that we feel better outside. We feel better in the elements. We are nature. And so what Feng Shui at its heart is wanting to do is mimic nature through design, color, patterns, and texture in the space and create a flow so that we feel good. That's it. So that's part of the five element theory, just part.
Oh, I love that so much. Thanks for taking us through that journey.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and these elements, it's a part of the whole history of our planet. It's Earth Day today. We're recording this, so it feels good to honor nature and be in our natural flow and ourselves, and yeah, and also be in relationship to what is available for us, right? Like sometimes we get stuck in our shelters and we don't go out in nature as much. I'm grateful that I live in Costa Rica because I get to be in nature pretty much all the time. So it's lovely to hear how we can integrate all of these parts of who we are. All right. So can you explain, question number 3, the significance of, in general, like all of the five elements in a way that, water, wood, fire, earth, and metal, and how are these at all times, whether we're conscious or unconscious about it, how are they influencing our daily energy?
Okay. I'm smiling because this question's fun to me. So in the workshop, we're going to do a little kind of game where you can get to know which elements you resonate with. And you might be like, I know which ones, but you'd be surprised at some of the more subtle aspects of these elements, these vibrations, these essences. So, there's people that would feel better in a space that has more of the metal element, right? Than they would maybe in the earth. And so we're going to talk about what that means. I'm hoping to have some slides on, spaces that have more of the earth energy or more of the wood energy or more of the water energy. And once you can know where you fall short on an element, like you can use an element that you might not resonate with to help you in certain aspects of your life. So this is a really fun thing to me because people are so different. We're all so different, and we have different personalities and different essences, and that is great. These elements are very different. Water is very different than fire, and it's the same with personalities. So if you can get to know yourself in kind of the language of the elements, you can, um, again, I know I keep using this word, but it's a key word in Feng Shui. Create more balance in yourself, and it will ripple out into your life. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a lot of playtime, but it's going to be like you leave with good info. Yeah.
Uh, Such a
Yeah, doesn't that sound fun?
of course. And I love the interactive nature of how you're going to be teaching and holding space and guiding everyone.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Okay, so question number 4 is, what can the participants expect during the outdoor experience that you've designed? And how does connecting with natural play and like joy, right? So how is that role integrated into your workshop?
Okay. So I, I told Hillary and I were talking, and I was like, Hillary, Sun Valley's so beautiful. We need to be outside more. And she's like, okay, you can do yours outside. I'm like, yeah, perfect. So that's really why I wanted to do the five elements, because I wanted an outdoor experience for everybody. Because, and I did live in Sun Valley. That's how I know Hillary originally. And it is so gorgeous. I don't live there anymore. But so, I mean, without now, I don't want to do any spoilers, but it just makes sense to be outside for part of this workshop. Um, I believe in people not just understanding things intellectually, but having the experience of it. And so that's really, I'm going to lead people through an experience of the elements. So it's not, something you memorize. It's something you uh, have like on a cellular level, information and knowledge you have like on a deeper level. So this is how I learned feng shui. I would read a book, but then I would go experience it for myself. And I think that's the only way to understand a lot of things. So I'm excited for to have that backdrop of this gorgeous place to get to know the elements better.
Absolutely. It's our birthright to be in nature. I think it was Deepak Chopra that said we are not nature as far as like on the outside, like we are nature. We're not just in it, but we are it, right? It's not like we're just dipped in and then we dip out. It's like we're carbon-based life forms. Like that's who we are.
Yeah.
That's like a
Yeah.
nice shift in our consciousness to, become caretakers, be conscious of like what we're eating, what we're breathing, all of it. Amazing.
Hmm.
All right. Well, let's jump into 5. We're already on our 5th and last question. So how can people continue this journey with you prior to the Sun Valley Joy Summit and during and after? Like, how can people reach you online? Feel free to share about your websites.
Okay, yeah. So Katie Rogers Feng Shui, I'll spell it KATIE ROGERS, and then Feng Shui is FENGSHUI.com. And then I also have the windhorseschool.com website, which talks specifically about my 9-month program. Oh, thank you for sharing. Yeah, so here's my website, and I've got a really extensive blog. And also, I have a new ebook. It's about the elements. It's a visual guide to the elements. So if you want to go ahead and get ready and get prepared, I'm very excited about this book. I had so much fun writing it. And I also do a free Zoom at noon every first Friday of the month. I take a break in July. But in May, I'm going to be interviewing Maureen Calamia, and we're going to be talking about the five elements because she wrote a book on it. So we've got tons of things for y'all to get prepared. And then in June, I'm having a Qigong workshop. So first Friday of the month is a free live Zoom with me and the community that loves what we're studying and teaching. So um, and then I have my major 9-month program. You can get certified in Feng Shui through my school, and that begins in March every year. So we are just past the deadline for this year, but there's always 20 the next year, 2026. So, and I have sometimes other things, other little workshops and stuff that I teach. But yeah, find me, come to my Zoom at Noons. That's the easiest. My newsletter. You can get a free declutter. Uh, what did I call it? The top 10 declutter tips.
Mm.
So decluttering is a big aspect of feng shui too. So yeah, I've got a lot of material out there.
Oh, that's so fantastic. And I see here people can link directly to your Instagram if they want to follow you on social media.
Mhm.
Another great opportunity.
Yep.
All right, I'm giving you a follow.
Yep. I have a YouTube.
There you
Thank you.
go.
Thank you.
Of course, absolutely.
And
You have
I've got things on YouTube. Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, tips.
Yes, the Odyssey. I love that word, Odyssey. It's a journey. Well, thank you so much for sharing your light in the
Me
world.
too. Me
Yeah.
too.
And as you said, supporting people to create space and life that they love. And some of us are stuck. Some of us have, what would we say, like old belief systems. And it's important that we keep moving forward in our journey and have the support that we require. And I know that your program, your workshop, all of that is a part of how we can come together and be in community. So what I love about the Sun Valley Joy Summit is that it's an in-person event. I think for a lot of us, we're craving personal connections. So we welcome everyone that's watching to attend. And as you mentioned, Katie, it's the third annual Sun Valley Joy Summit, and you've been along for the ride since the very beginning.
Yeah.
You're a dear friend of Hillary. So yeah, thank you for your
Yeah.
contributions. I know no one can do one thing by themselves. I know that Hillary's had your support, so many other people's support. And as you said, just, hey, let's get outside. Let's be a part of the elements. That's a very important part of how we can grow. And as you said, to love our lives and to have a decluttering and where we have a clear space for us to thrive. So it's awesome, your work. Thank you for what you do. And everyone that's watching, if you go to sunvalleyjoysummit.com, you can learn more. And if you look below in the description here on the YouTube channel, you can learn and see all the links that we mentioned and showed you during Katie's 5Q interview. So thanks again. Appreciate you, Katie. Talk soon.
Thank you so much, DTO. You take care.
You too. Pura vida.
Pura vida.